Hey guys, Gavin here. I recently just did a video on my Swordsoul deck profile, and I said in the video, like, does anyone want to see any combos? And a couple people were asking, like, hey, like, what are some of the simple combo lines? How exactly do I play this deck? So just like I did with my Predaplant video, I'm going to show you guys some simple Swordsoul combos, especially since these cards just got reprinted not too long ago in Mama. It might be a helpful refresher. So I'll show you guys how I play through a lot of hands. I will say Swordsoul is very like make your own combo at times. There's a bunch of bread and butter combos, but there's also a lot of lines that you kind of got to see on your own. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of those and a couple of test hands, and that'll be the video. For today's video, instead of using tokens, we're going to be using Baguska, because Baguska is basically a blank against our deck. So what we're going to do is I'm first going to show you the Moye Longyuan combo. There's a couple ways that you can do this. I'm going to show you the bread and butter. So you're going to Moye, reveal Longyuan, grab a token, and you're going to immediately synchro off into a Shizhao. So then you're going to go Shizhao 1, Moye 2. I personally like using Moye as second just to chain block the Shizhao. A lot of people are like, no, you want to search before you draw, but like honestly, like don't get greedy. So we're just going to draw. It's going to be a blank. And then here, just to show off the combo, I'm going to grab a follow-up. I usually grab follow-up with Shizhao regardless, but for this, I'm just going to show you guys, like, you know, pitch. So we're just going to pitch off that, grab Longyuan, grab. We're going to burn them for 12. And the level 10 you summon isn't really important anymore. But this guy's 2 interruptions as opposed to Baron's 1. And in today's meta, I just prefer making this. And we drew an Ashana, so we're crazy. So we could have extended a lot more there. But yeah, this is the bread and butter 12 combo. Well, burn 12, burn 36 combo. So yeah, that's the first combo. I'm now going to show you guys the cool combo everyone talked about with this deck, which is a Moye Ashana. This combo does everything. I'm going to show you guys the turn 1 bread and butter, and I'll show you guys what you can do with this going second, because this hand is actually a lot better going second than you think. So I'm just going to show you what you can do starting off with this. You can start off with Ashana to get to +1, but I'll show you why it's important to hold right now. So we're going to Moye, reveal Ashana, summon the token, and it's going to start off the exact same way. This card is basically your kick Kalos. So we're going to go 1, 2, get the draw. Draw isn't really important here. It could be, but since we have the Ashana, it's not as important. Here we're going to grab Longyuan. So what is it? Ooh, it's Circle. Yeah, Circle would be crazy here. So now we go Longyuan, pitch Ashana, and this is where it's going to divvy depending on whether you're going first or second. If you're going first, what I'd prefer to do is Ashana, summon Adara, and then summon Big Longyuan, and then turn Adara into Monk, use Adara effect, grab back Ashana. So now, look how much follow-up we have. We have the Ashana follow-up, we drew into follow-up, and we have 1, 2, 3 interrupts off of 2 cards. Now, I'm going to show you, we're going to backpedal a little bit to here. And I'm going to show you why this is actually kind of crazy. So what you're going to do here is, this is the forbidden Longyuan combo, where you're going to use Ashana. We're going to Ashana summon out Adara. And this is actually kind of crazy for a couple reasons. Because this is a 7 for Yazi. So if we're going second, first of all, I don't know how we got here without interruptions, but if we did, we can use this to burn 12, and then we're going to use Yazi effect, target one of their sets or one of their cards, and Yazi. Pop them both. Effect of Yazi. Summon out Taya. We're going to Taya ability, get rid of a Longyuan for the second token. So then here, we are going to go into Boxia. So now we have a double spin off of Boxia, and we get to spin off of Taya. So now with the Taya, we're gonna send Vishuda, and we're gonna double spin back, and then off that, we're going to Vishuda effect to bounce something back to hand, and we're going to Adara ability, grab back either Ashana or Longyuan. I'm gonna probably go for Ashana. And now we can use Boxia's ability, Boxia, to destroy itself, or if we have a set card, let's set that handy dandy circle ability, pop, bring back Taya, then Taya in this, go into Draco Berserker. Now, this deck can kill pretty easy. If you guys saw that, if you guys counted, we got rid of 4 cards on the opponent's side of the field through 2 with Boxia, 1 with Vishuda, and 1 with Yazi, which is kind of crazy. Yazi also cannot be targeted, so they can't just imperm Yazi to try to stop this. The big way to do that is through Ash. Yeah, this is insane. This can also be a second Boxia, because Boxia's spin back is not once per turn. So yeah, looking at that now, I'm going to show you guys a test hand. So yeah, this deck is still insane. The only real thing right there that would have triggered a tier card would have been Yazi too. So this deck kind of plays around a lot of the tier cards, just a little bit. Ashana being engraved was a little bit of a struggle because of the interactions with all of the Ishizu cards and with the Bestials, but if it's able to land, it's able to land. Now for this test hand, this is just crazy. This is a really cool combo. This is the fun double draw combo, where you grab Mo Yeezy, reveal Longyuan. There's no reason to use a Tenyi if there's no reason to use a Tenyi, just because you don't want to like waste your resources. So actually, okay, what we're gonna do here is now we're gonna Longyuan. Now the question is whether we pitch the Adara or pitch the Taya. Low key, I kind of want to keep the Tayas in hand for follow up, and I don't think Adara Engrave is gonna do much good. Like, it's not bad having that engrave. I don't think it matters. So just for the sake of combo, I don't think it matters. Now we're gonna get super greedy here. If they have Nib game 1, they have Nib game 1. I've seen a lot of people start siding Nib, so that could be something to discuss for the future. But for now, I think it's okay to just think that Nib doesn't exist. Burn 12 with Longyuan. Now the reason why we set up a giant Longyuan first is because now 1 Shijao search, 2 Moyi draw, 3 Longyuan draw. So draw, search. I guess we could have set up a monk here so we can get the pop off of this. Honestly, looking at that, yeah, that was a misplay. We should have a monk set up so this is free. But also we have the circle. Yeah, no, this is actually kind of crazy. So yeah, we have 1 line of follow-up, 1 negate, 2 disruptions, double pop, this and this. This helps play around the opponent's disruptions. This can too, if I try to negate something and they try to like imperm it, I can just get rid of it with droplets. Or I can target the Shijao with the blackout, and then I can bounce it out with circle so I can get a free search. Kind of the god setup, honestly. If you set that up turn 1 against here, you win 99% of the time unless their hand is just better than yours. So, well, yeah, let's just do another test hand real quick, and I'll send you guys off. Swordsoul is not like the hardest deck to learn. There is a lot of tech play though. The better you get at the game, the better you become playing Swordsoul, which feels very rewarding. This is a very rewarding deck to learn, just kind of like Despia. Ooh. Okay, there's a couple lines for this. Now, what's the best line? What I would probably do is I'd probably lead with that. Grab Emergence, grab Longyuan. Longyuan, pitch Ashana, get a token. Taya, banish that. Grab a token. I think it's smarter to banish the Emergence than the Shatana, mostly because I want to keep the Tenyi engraved. Actually, on second thought, we're gonna pitch. No, for follow-up, this is smarter. Let's not get greedy. The number one thing you kind of have to realize is, even in test hands, is that getting greedy in situations like this just kind of feels bad. Because keeping the follow-up means that you don't automatically die next turn. Like, if I'm bad with this, like, tell me in the comment section below. But I don't think putting the extra Tenyi on field is always as good as people make it out to be. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. If you've been playing Swordsoul longer than me, let me know in the comment section below and tell me how bad I am. Maybe we can play for bread. And then going to Shija. So then we go, we already burned for 12. Now let's go Shija 1, Longyuan 2, Taya 3. And Taya is going to dump. Now this is where this gets a little weird. Sometimes I think it's actually smarter to dump a Mogi, because the idea behind it is that the Tenyis can get Bestialed. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, of course you don't care because you have a Longyuan, but as long as you don't, like, lose a Bestial, you know? Like, yeah, just for a combo's sake, let's just send it. Let's just full send, because this is usually a lot better for follow-up. So we're going to send an Ashana. And we're going to draw, and we draw a circle because we're just better than our opponent. And just for combo's sake, let's grab this. Yeah, this is a lot better. Then we can set 3. So here we ended on a +1 instead of a +3. Honestly, not bad. Not bad. It's just a +1. It's just a +1, right? But what you get out of it is you get the 2 interrupts, the 1 double send with the bounce and the imperm. So you technically have, what is it, 5 interrupts? So not bad. A couple of thoughts about the deck before I send you guys off. I do think it's smarter to end on this than Barone half the time. Because if you're just ending on Barone turn 1, I feel like you're just setting up 1 interruption over 2, and they can easily bait this card out. There's so many cards right now that just bait out Barone, and I just don't like it. They can just go into Druid Swarm, and this card's awful. Where Druid Swarm into this card is actually pretty good because you can just banish it. And sometimes the banish off of that isn't as important. So that's one thing. Another cool interaction, I didn't show it off much in the video. This card is insane. I might post some live commentary on some of my dueling book videos here soon. This card into Bestials is just crazy because a Bestial, they summon, you're like, okay, I'm going to banish something out of your graveyard now, non-targeting, and I'm going to banish your monster. Again, insane. You also can't just get rid of this willy-nilly. So this card is actually incredibly sticky into tier. They have to Kaleido Heart get rid of it, basically. Other than that, I think this deck is in an excellent position. I might post like a tips and tricks video if you guys want. That's basically what this is, but like a more in-depth guide on the Swordsoul. Again, as you guys saw me playing it, you're probably just like, man, this guy's bad, but you do have to hold your resources a lot with this deck. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to toss out all my names, because with everyone playing Ishizu, if all your names are milled, you kind of lose. And that's just the nature of the game, and you got to be able to hold your names very, very well. Or hold your follow-up, because your turn 1 board's going to get cracked. You can't just play this like a build-a-board deck. If you are, I'm sorry, you're playing the wrong deck. You should probably switch. This is not a build-a-board combo deck. This is a mid-range control deck that can just kill. Well, control is probably a very bad way to say it. This is a very aggro deck. So if you're going into this deck and you're going like, I want to make a giant board, I want to shut my opponent off from playing, and I just don't want to be able to play tier element, do not play this deck. But if you want to play a deck where you can, this is very skillful, like a very skillful back and forth with your opponent. Just be able to get them on every +1 and just feel very rewarded for playing well. This is the deck for you. And that is why Normal Summon Moyi is the new Normal Summon Alistair, except there was never any skill in Alistair, but there will always be skill in the Moyi. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you want to see any more videos like this, please tell me in the comment section below. Shout out again to my team Interstellar, my testing circle Dawn, and then everyone in Dragon's Den and Rogue's Den. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great one.